Massive trade incoming. We know the trade season is in full swing, and it looks as though the Flames are nowhere near done. A new Flames trade target has been revealed. Before we get into that, though, welcome to Flames Digest. I'm Mark Griffith. Just want to let you know that 92% of the people watching are not subscribed. So if you're new around here, you like what you see, make sure you subscribe for all of the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around the Calgary Flames. But like I said, the Flames, they're always looking in. They're looking at other teams. What do they have? What can we give them, sort of thing? It's the trade season. It's fun. And now Byram is on the market. Of course, Bowen Byram is the man I'm talking about. He is a defenseman for the Colorado Avalanche, a Stanley Cup champion, in fact. So he's definitely a big name being thrown into the trade mix as of today. Now, the Flames have kind of been linked to him all season, really. I mean, you look at Byram, he's from Cranbrook, BC, so he's nearby. He won't have the problem of, he needs to play in America for the taxes and the weather kind of thing. He's familiar with the territory. So definitely a big trade target. Now, before the Flames traded away Elias Lindholm, his name was definitely being circulated as a potential return to Calgary for Lindholm. Obviously, Lindholm's gone to Vancouver now, but that doesn't mean Byram is out of the question. So here's the report. So the Avalanche looking to make potential trade ahead of deadline. The Avs are a talented team, and for that reason, they always have a shot at going far in the playoffs. This year, they sit in the middle of the pack. I don't know how much I agree with that. They're pretty good. Ahead of the deadline, sparking many to believe that they will be buyers in order to bolster their roster for a playoff run. Now, it has been reported that the Avs are considering trading one of their young stars in Bowen Byram. Byram was the Avalanche's 4th overall pick back in 2019. So it's recent that he, was drafted. It's only 5 years ago that he went 4th overall. Now, Avs obviously have, Cale Makar and others, so maybe Byram hasn't been given the best opportunity. But here's the report continued, and there is a typo. I'm just warning you now. Ultimately, we will see what the Avalanche decides to do at the deadline as it approaches. They may look to make a splash and deal one of their recent first rounders in an attempt to push for another cup. So you can speculate there. Does one of their recent first rounders mean just Bowen Byram, or does it mean more? Does it mean actual picks in the future? I don't know. Clearly, the Avs have made it evident that maybe they will be buyers and are ready to give up quite a bit in order to really bolster their roster, make a great squad heading into the playoffs, because they should be dangerous no matter what. We've seen what Nathan MacKinnon is doing this year, Cale Makar as well. You throw in guys like Rantanen, come on, they're ready to win. I'd argue they need a goalie most. Markstrom's on the trade block, but obviously we'll see that. Another thing to note is that the Avs are not only looking, but another report says it wouldn't be a surprise if the Colorado Avalanche trade Bowen Byram. So not only are they looking to trade him, but it wouldn't be a surprise if he actually is dealt. That's pretty crazy. I mean, he's a very good player. He's obviously had injury woes, and that really can derail a career quickly. But Bowen Byram, he still has all the potential in the world. And look at Calgary. I mean, it's a place of opportunity right now, really. Come here, we'll put you in the right spot, and hey, who knows? Huska can throw some things around, and then you'll be playing amazing again. No, we're only 3 games in, but Kuzmenko already looks amazing. Braden Pahal has been playing great. Some of the guys that have come back, like Rooney finally playing again, and Peltier. Oh, man. It is the place of opportunity, and there's a good chance for everything. Let's just stick on Colorado for a second here to show why they would give up Byram, and maybe why they would, not expect too much in return, or give something along with Byram to make the right trade. These are their D pairings. So like I said, they obviously have Cale Makar. They've got Devin Taves, who's just unreal. Gerard is kind of like Byram in a way, so it's just another guy like that. They've got Manson with the size, and then Malinsky is playing very good right now as well. So Bowen Byram, kind of the odd man out here in the Avs D pairings. Plays on the left side, and I don't know, I think maybe it's not a great spot for him. Now, the Avs, they're paying him about $3.85 million per season. That is this season and next season. So he's not just, a rental for a contender. He's clearly a piece to give to someone in order for them to get the rental they want. Calgary, open market. Take your pick. Conroy knows he'll make a great deal. So in saying that, let's look at the Flames' assets. The Flames, obviously, they have stuff to give back. And then if we're talking about a defenseman that wants out of Colorado, well, if the Flames are to get a defenseman as a return, we could see it as a replacement for one of our defensemen. Now, of course, I'm talking about Chris Tanev and Noah Hanifin. They are two of the biggest names circulating around the trade rumors right now. Pierre LeBrun said that Chris Tanev is the biggest piece going into this trade deadline. I would find that hard to argue with. But Noah Hanifin, if he doesn't sign here, if he doesn't want to play here, the Flames are very, very likely to deal him away. So I think Hanifin more so is a fit for Colorado. I mean, obviously you see Bowen Byram playing on the left. Noah Hanifin, guess what? Here, I'll show you. Plays on the left. He plays on the left with Chris Tanev lately. So there you go. Bowen Byram, perfect replacement. If he were to play with Tanev, I think that'd be fantastic. But I think it's almost no question Tanev is out of here as well. So I think Byram could get a very, very good shot here. Maybe he could develop playing with Andersson. Now, do the Flames want to break up Weegar and Andersson? Not too sure. But it's fun to think of all the possibilities. Absolutely is. He could definitely develop playing with any of those guys, really. But let's just say for now, hypothetically, it's Hanifin he's replacing. So Hanifin goes over to Colorado. I think that's all the Flames would obviously need to give up. What do the Flames get back then? Bowen Byram, and I would think a pick or a very good prospect. So obviously, the Flames are looking to give away those D-men. Well, I shouldn't say give away. They're looking to trade them. They need something in return. But the rumors are that the return has to be, high pick, high prospect, or a replacement that can go in right now, and preferably, obviously, younger. I mean, you're not going to trade for anyone older than Tanev and Hanifin, you would hope, but look at the Flames' past of who they've picked up sometimes at the deadlines. Eric Gustafsson, Oscar Fantenberg. Nightmare fuel, really, when you think about it. But obviously, I think Conroy has set the tone here. He's moving on from what Tree Living ever did, and he has great ideas for the organization going forward. So I think if the Flames are smart, they really can swindle back, Bowen Byram, get him since he's been, rumored to come here for quite a while now, all season it seems, and even past that. But he could come back. I would love a first round pick back, but I don't think the Avs would give that. I think they'd be a little more stingy in giving, more of a second, third kind of thing. But if they do need to cap dump away Byram, and then, the Flames are to retain some of either Hanifin or Tanev or even Markstrom's contract, then I think the Avs are ready to give up quite a bit. So if Bowen Byram were to come to Calgary and the Flames were to give up one of our three big trade pieces, especially the two D-men, then I think the Flames could get a solid return. And it would really prove that, this retooling is also something that is providing for the future big time. I mean, we've already got a first-round pick back. I think it's rumored that the Flames should definitely get more first-round picks back in each of a trade that could involve Hanifin, Tanev, or Markstrom. I mean, Markstrom, that one's more up in the air, and especially with the Avs themselves, they're happy with Georgiev. I mean, I'm sure he was at the All-Star game, so he's playing very well. I'm sure they'd love Jacob Markstrom, but no chance that's happening. That's not in the question. I think if this trade were to happen, it would be Hanifin going to the Avs, and then Byram coming to the Flames. And I think, again, that's a place where he can blossom. He can blossom in this lineup. He'd have a bigger role. Maybe get some more power play time because, obviously Cale Makar is quarterbacking that power play over in Colorado. So it's very exciting. I think Bowen Byram is definitely a good replacement for any of the Flames D-men that are potentially on the move. So definitely keep an eye on Bowen Byram. Let me know what you think. And just that being said, I want to know your thoughts. Is this smart? Should the Flames be looking into this? Is Bowen Byram, maybe a D-man of the future? Obviously, he's only signed for another season past this one. So could the Flames re-sign him? I'm sure he'd want to stay here. He's acclimatized to this. He knows what it's like around these parts. So I don't know. I think it's very fun to see Byram's name now officially on the trade block, whereas before it was, hey, he could be an asset coming back to Calgary in a trade. Now, hey, he's on the trade block. Looks like things could be getting done. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you subscribe if you're new here, and have a wonderful rest of your day.